Good morning and welcome to EMC 207th session. It's a great start of the morning. So let's get started with our power of generation. Kunanji, would you like to do that?
Power of generation, yes, sir. Why not? Every moment. But before that, I wanted to remind myself that why I am here and why we all are here.
Sure.
Because it's very powerful to tell our brain that what we are here for, what is the purpose. So let me welcome all. Very good morning, everybody. And on behalf of Subdeepak Malwai, sir, very warm welcome to you. It's another day, another opportunity to become the best version of ourselves. So since Ramaji has already started, let's continue the another powerful session of empowering morning conversation. I think time to time, sir might join us because there are some work going on in his place, some noises which might disturb the process, but he will manage, he might come back. If not, we will continue this session. And as you all know, I remind myself that why we are here, as the name suggests, it empowers all of us. So we are here to learn, to practice, and rediscover ourselves. Yesterday's session was very powerful, and that is one of the purpose, to rediscover ourselves, and not only to fight with the negativities of the world, but spread the positivity. And we all are getting the tools how we can do that. And also, every morning we remind ourselves that we all are magnificent, wonderful, and extraordinary human beings, and we deserve to be loved and respected for who we are. And for that, what we have to do, sir has given various tools. Just enhance your awareness, put your attention wherever you want, and then the magic will start happening. And another reminder to me and to all of us that we are here to shift ourselves from default mode of reaction and resistance and all such negativities to creation mode, where we have the power to create whatsoever we want to create. And one of the tools that has given, which is the power of generation. And what does that mean? That every moment in any situation, whatsoever we are doing, whatsoever is the circumstances, whosoever we are interacting, we have the power to manage our emotions. We have the power to shift our emotions from negative to positive, and we have the power to generate whatsoever emotion we want to generate. And this has been proven. So let's do this exercise quickly. Right, sir, Ramaji?
Yes, please.
Okay, so the exercise, as you all know, very simple. Put your attention and ensure that as soon as I say 1, 2, 3, silently, with complete attention, 100%, laugh out and change your emotions. Okay, so let's start. 1, 2, and 3. Come on, you can do it. Yes, you can do it. Come on, Namaste, come on. Hasina ji, come on. Come on. You can. Come on, go on. Yes, come on. Yes. 100%, come on. Yes, Ramazar. I'm sure.
Right. Thank you, Kunanji. So as we all know, we come here for making our life ease, joy, and glory. The mantra is all of life comes to us with ease, joy, and glory. So with that, we have been inquiring, we have been discussing, we have been thinking of various questions, which puts us into a creative mode, creation mode, positive mode. And like the dust is gathered every day in the world, there are a lot of negativities, a lot of problems are catching us. How do we clean that up? So that's what every morning we do it here in Empowering Morning Conversation, cleaning up ourselves, our body, mind, emotions, and energies. So today, let's look at what is commitment. Are we committed? Are we committed? Committed to what?
And Ramaji, let's welcome after a long time Taqiyuddin is on the call, and for a change, Abu Bakr is not traveling today because it's Saturday holiday, so he's with us from his wonderful room. So welcome Abu Bakr, Assalamu alaikum, and Taqiyuddin Sahab, Assalamu alaikum.
Yeah, thank you, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yes, welcome, Taqiyuddin after a long time, and Gaurav also. Let's welcome Gaurav after some gap.
Happy Diwali, everyone.
Happy Diwali.
Happy Diwali. Are you back to Dubai, Gauravji, or you are still
Not
there?
yet, not yet. Still in Delhi.
Okay. Expecting you back, sir, soon.
Yeah, hopefully another couple of weeks.
Inshallah.
Shukran.
So today's question, Ramaji.
Okay, so today's question is commitment. Are we committed? And are we committed to what? Are we committed to living possibilities and choices? How much are we committed?
This reminds me, Ramaji, sir had told long back, there is a difference between interested and committed.
Yes.
And I remember sir had told that when we are interested, we take the action, do the things, get the results as per whenever there is an interest. But the commitment means if we are committed, then we remove all the interference, all the obstacles, and we shift from because to because.
Right.
And we achieve whatsoever we want to achieve. But certainly it's very challenging to be in that state. But every morning in this empowering morning conversation, we do practice to be always in the commitment mindset. So every moment with the complete attention and awareness, what exactly is my purpose for taking action and getting the results?
Right. So let's share our experiences. Are we able to commit to something? And what happens? Wishing is one thing, committing is different. Yeah, yes, Reddy Garu.
First, basically, we are committed to ourselves, sir.
Are we?
Yeah. So unless we commit for ourselves,
Right.
we cannot go ahead in life.
Yes.
But we can do this by choice. Instead of doing it just for the sake of commitment, that is, when you are doing a job, you are committed to your job. Or when you are in a profession, you are committed for a profession, to your profession. But if you do this by choice, then you'll get a better results. That's what exactly I feel.
So are we even committed to ourselves? Really?
To some extent, yes, sir. May not be 100%.
Are we committed to our well-being? Are we committed to ourselves? And what happens when we are committed? What happens? If not, what happens? So this is the question. Are you committed to the act of living possibility and choice in life? And what happens when the commitment is there or not there? Yes, Sagar.
Yes, sir. I'm committed to make my life better and good living. But somewhere I don't know why I'm get distracted, sir. I constantly get distracted because when I so much negativity is around everybody. It's not only for me. There is negativity around everybody, and I feel so much distraction. I am committed, but so much distraction is there, and that's and not that I have not that much trust also, some trust issues also. Sometimes I could not trust. I don't know why, sir, but it's, there is lots of distraction over there.
Yeah, you're right. Your observation is absolutely right, Sagar. See, as long as you don't commit, everything seems to be, great, right? Everything seems, yeah, it can be done. It will be done. No, it's nothing great. We'll do it. The moment you commit, there are so many interferers, so many challenges. So
And
that's where our all the tools and the things what we are learning here is going to help. Yes, Kunanji, you wanted to say something.
yes, sir. It reminds me, sir, of a statement in the response of Sagar's doubt. Sir used to say that it means, Sagar, you are committed to your distractions. If you think that distraction is stopping you or something else is stopping you, it means you are committed to those factors, those elements. You're not committed really. Because,
Okay. I
because
want to put it slightly differently, Kunanji. So basically, you are committed to your objective, but your focus is going on to the problems instead of solution.
Right, sir.
So put your attention and focus on the solution and your commitment rather than the problems. Obviously, the moment you commit, you will get all these distractions and problems. Sorry, Kunanji, go on. It is not the commitment to the problems, it is a focus or attention on the problem, which needs to be shifted.
true, sir. But I remember that when I'm committed, I don't find any reasons to stop me. And sir has always said that in the case of Sagar, if you are finding that something is distracting you, you can remove it. If something is stopping you, and if you are not able to put attention or focus on certain things, you can remove it. You have the power. But it depends how committed you are to remove those interference. If you surrender to the distractions, it means you are committed to distraction or you're focused to a distraction, as Rama sir explained. But if you are really committed, then nothing will stop you. You will remove everything. That's what sir has taught us. Back to you, Ramaji.
Yes, thank you, Kunanji. So
Uh,
that's what you have to look at, Saga, that what is stopping you, what are those interferers, and how to continues to focus on the solution and the thing what you committed, and how do you navigate through the life and the distractions.
yes, sir. Here is another one question, sir.
Yes,
So, as we just talk now, that you are committed to the distraction. That's why you are feeling the distraction. If you are committed
you're focusing on the distractions.
distraction.
Yeah, obviously you will not commit to the distractions or the problems, but your focus is getting shifted there. So how do you come out of that? How do you remove the focus from the problem and put it in the solution?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you're
So, sir,
committed to your objective, whatever it is, good living, improving yourself, whatever the commitment you make. So you
right,
need to really work on that. And when you are committed, when you are working towards that, obviously that the distractions and problems are natural. It will come. So you have to equip yourself to navigate through those things and focus on your objective and the solutions.
thank
So
you, sir.
that's what we have been learning here on how to keep our focus on the positivity, the solution, how to come out of the distractions. So that's what we are, how to keep the focus and energy always. focus alone is not sufficient, the energy also. So we have to have the sufficient energy.
And also, Ramaji, just
Yes.
to add on, what sir has also mentioned time to time, Sagar, is that it is all about the circumstances.
Right,
So
right.
what you are telling is the distraction is nothing but the circumstances. So when you are just interested, you take action and do only things when you think the circumstances is permitting you to do. While here in this empowering morning conversation, we all are the believers that we have the power to change the circumstances. And when you are committed to do something, you accept no excuses. Focus is only on the result, and you can change the circumstances. And universe is there to help us. You have to just keep on asking by opening yourself. And as sir has always told that, keep on asking, what else is possible? What else is possible? With the focus, changing the circumstances, taking action, you will get the results. Back to you, sir.
Yes, thank
Thank-
you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, Kuldeep ji, please go on.
So in my opinion, there is nothing like less commitment or more commitment. Either you are committed or you are not. Then when our full attention goes to one thing,
Yeah.
then wherever there is a rule, I think, that wherever attention goes, energy flows.
Yes.
And we have certain instances in our life where we have seen that distractions do not or cannot disturb us. For example, if you go to railway station, you want to go somewhere and your compartment is not coming exactly where you are. Suppose it is far ahead and train is only 2 minutes stop. You are going to compartment, and in the meantime, when you are going there, some your great friend meets you and he asks you, how's the life going on? You say, life is fine, but I have no time to talk to you. I have to reach my compartment. Means we have set the priority number 1 to go to the compartment and not to anything else. So if we accord priority to whatever we want to commit, the commitment is automatically happen. And it is just opposite to distraction. Distraction don't matter at that time. So I feel that if we accord full priority, number 1 priority to anything, the attention automatically goes there. Thank you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So that kind of commitment is required, and that is what it is. Naturally, it comes, but because of the circumstances and people and the negativity, our attention may keep going away from our commitment and from the solution. So that's exactly we are learning here every day on how to keep our commitment, how to keep our focus, and how to keep our energy high. So what are the things we do? Thank you, Kuldeep ji. Thank you very much. So what are the tools we learned to keep our attention on what we are committed? And what are the tools we learned on keeping our energy high? So while you think through, see, always we talk about, Sir is talking about choices, being open and picking up the choices, right? The open options versus commitment. What happens? So when you are open, you have multiple choices, right? So you can keep on looking at the choices and live in the mind, but that is not sufficient. You need to pick one choice, choose anything, whatever you want, and commit to that and complete it. And then again, choose the next one. right? Whenever you want, you can choose. But once you are committed to something, then your focus goes there, and then you really reach the objective, reach the goal, right? So then you go and look at that point in time, what are the other choices you have? So that's the difference between just looking at the options versus choosing one and committing to that and actually achieving it, right? So like Sagar was saying, the moment you commit to something, then the distractions come in. So when the distractions are there, how do we go about addressing them and no, keep focusing, keep having energy, and keep moving towards our commitment and our life, right? So when we are committed to our life, are we really, one of the important thing is keeping our word, right? That actually that is a commitment in itself. The moment you committed to something, are you keeping your word for yourself to start with? Forget about no keeping your word for others, with others. So commitment is that keeping the word for yourself,
Huh? Huh?
right? So how good are we in keeping our own words? If I say I will attend EMC every day and learn, or if I say I will do certain things, or I will improve my health, I will do X, Y, Z. Am I committed? Am I respecting myself and my word? So that is a fundamental definition of your commitment itself. Whatever you commit to yourself, are you keeping that word for yourself? So what's our experience when we are committing?
So
Are we able to
sometimes
commit to something? Yeah.
I feel really lazy, sir. Sometimes I don't know why I feel lazy. Sometimes I feel very interesting, but sometimes I feel so lazy, sir. Uh, I don't know why. I feel really lethargy, sir.
Okay. Okay. So yeah. So that is something no, we have to see how to get control and manage it. See, if your body is really tired and requires rest, you have to give it, no doubt about it. Only then you can really do something proper. So similarly, sometimes your mind can become very tired and it needs rest. So give that rest. Take care of your body, mind, emotions. That's required. But otherwise, the laziness and distraction is something you can change. So you have to come out of that, create, use the power of generation, use the attention exercise, and then start doing. So that's the problem. So typically we say I don't know what to do, or I'm lazy, I'm not interested, my energy seems to be low. All those things are just excuses. But of
Right, sir.
course, giving sufficient rest is important for the body and mind. Beyond that, I think we have to come out of all those things, and we have all the tools to come out of it.
Right, sir. So power of generation means means creating the emotion you want to create.
Exactly.
Okay. So emotion through the thought. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Thank you.
By your intention.
My intentions.
Yeah.
So if I want to create happiness and joy, what I have to do means
Yeah.
what?
Just create that happiness, love, or if you want to create, some energy, you can create the energy. You can, stand up or jump and create that energy, right? When you are feeling lazy, okay, you
Yes.
can create the energy,
Yes.
right?
Right. It, it's basically with the help of intention and with the thought. Yes, sir.
Yes, and the action. See,
And
it is not sufficient to have just intention and thought. Most importantly, the action. What is action? Actually doing that. Whatever you are laughing. when you are sad, you are laughing. When you are lazy, you are generating that energy, moving around your body. So that action is required.
Yes, sir. Sir, in the process of commitment, sometimes I feel that I have not that skills or required qualifications and the way. Sometimes I feel and here what to do, sir.
It's
I'm
again, it's no, it's all excuses. If you are interested in something, once you are committed to something, you can always develop the skills. And if you don't know how to move forward, how to develop those skills, you have huge number of people to help you. It's only that you have to ask for that. You reach out to the people when you don't know. Obviously, one is obviously now all your internet, Google, you can do that. In addition, that alone is not sufficient. Even though Google gives you all the information, practically how to make it happen, you may not know. So in that case, reach out to the people, asking help, asking. People are always helpful. People are always available to help us.
right, sir.
So again, the focus to develop that skill. Do you have sufficient focus and energy? That's all it is. And ask for the help.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay, so try practically. Take one small thing and then try it out, and it works.
Right, sir.
Yeah.
So all these excuses I am making is only excuses, only distraction, but I can make it happen if I ask.
Yes. Yes. Now, in fact, we are afraid of not doing because we are capable. We are capable of doing anything because we are used to listening to others, used to our own judgments and points of view that I am not capable or I may not be good. We always keep the other people as great, right? Those people are capable, they are great. I am not good at it. I cannot do it, right?
sir.
So you want to keep that point of view and that judgment always.
Yes.
Actually, each one of us are more powerful. Once we focus and commit to that, we can achieve it. Sometimes that old points of view, old judgments will keep coming and haunting us, saying that, oh, don't do it, you are not capable.
Yes, sir.
So it's removing that no points of view and judgment is very, very important.
Yes, sir.
So that's what is keeping you, that's what is keeping you lazy, that's what is keeping you in the status quo or the default mode.
Because of the point of view
Yes.
and the judgment I'm constantly doing to myself
Right.
is
Even though you are capable, you will always think, oh, the other guy is great. I'm nobody in front of him. That's the unfortunate default mode and judgment. So if you remove that, your capability can be much more than the other person.
okay. So when I remove the comparison that other person is better than me, then that default mode and being creative mode, then I can do something.
Yes.
So my question is that here another question is that we have fear, lots of fear.
Yes.
And I think fear is stopping us to create something or committed to something because of
Correct.
fear.
Correct.
So what to do with the fear?
Again, fear is also a point of view, and it is the imaginary one. Typically, see, if there is a physical danger, that is perfect. Having that fear and then seeking the safety and coming out of that particular physical fear situation is good. But most of the fear what we have is the mental fear, imaginary fear, right? So this is another emotion which really disrupts us and stops us doing whatever we want to do, right? So
Yes.
only way to
So,
handle it, because you're not going to die in any of these situations where you have fear. You are not going to die, right?
I'm not going to die. For sure.
Right. So in that case, what because our brain is like that. So you remember the three brains what sir explained. So the brain number one, which is the lizard brain or the reptilian brain, which is there in the bottom. Okay.
backup.
Yeah, so that's what gets activated whenever the fear situation comes. So in the olden days, there the situation is like your life and death. But now even one word spoken also, your mind thinks that it is life and death. That gets activated. And then it, really the whole system is focused on escaping out of that situation. And you cannot do anything else.
Yes.
So how to come out of this? Instead of letting the brain number one or the reptilian brain controlling the situation where it is not life threatening, you have to bring the focus to your third brain, which is the human brain, the frontal brain.
Okay.
So that's where all your exercises, what we are learning here, tools and exercises are coming into picture. So fear, when it comes, one thing is you let it happen, let the emotion go through that. You go through that emotion of fear. If you don't do that, what happens is it keeps blocked inside and it doesn't allow you to do what you want to do.
Right, sir.
And
So
just
not to
Ramaji,
Yes.
Sagar, it will not happen within a day or two. It is a process. It's a journey. So have patience, keep on coming here, keep on interacting. And then at a time, you will start finding the transformation within you. So it's a journey, it's a process. It will not happen overnight.
Right. So don't avoid the fear, face the fear. That is what sir keeps telling, right? Every experience is an opportunity for us to become a new version of ourselves, right?
yes.
So don't avoid the fear, face it.
Sorry, what Kunyan sir said that it is a process. It's not happen just in one day. It is a process.
Right.
You have to have patience, and I think somewhere as not only me, everybody fails to have that kind of patience. That
Yes.
that kind of patience. So how to develop the patience? It's so true that after coming every day in this empowering morning conversation, every day after day by day, I am evolving. My problems are not solved, but I am evolving and problems are dissolving. So every day I am coming, yes, it is so real for me and for everybody. So sir, how to have that patience?
So that's where it is related to commitment. Are you committed? Right? Once you are committed to your development, to your greatness, to your life, to your possibilities, then you will do it.
Yes, sir.
Are you committed is the question. Are you
Yes,
committed to your development?
yes, I am committed, but I want result now, sir. I want result like this, sir, now.
Ah, okay, yeah, right, yeah, right. So yeah, you can of course look at the results. You can see the results already, right? From the day you joined and
Right,
now,
sir.
do you see the difference?
Totally transformation.
Right. So appreciate that. So yes, the result, looking at the result and appreciating and getting encouraged and moving in that path is very important.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, result is good. Yeah, you should look at the results.
Yes, sir. But I want result now. So I want to become famous now, sir.
Yeah, little bit more work, little bit more patience, little bit more commitment. It will come.
Sagar, you already famous, and we also want to become like you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Right. You are famous in this group, Sagar.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So you appreciate what you have done, what you have learned, where you are. So yes, I understand that impatience and but that will go away once you really committed to what you want and then appreciate whatever you achieved so far.
Yes, sir.
And Ramaji, what I know that Sagar, patience doesn't mean that you just keep on waiting and doing nothing. That is laziness.
Yes,
Patience is something you keep on going, keep on taking action, and whether it is challenges or whatsoever coming, so keep on taking action and then keep on moving forward, whether it is going hard or slow, whatsoever. You have to
Right, sir.
trust the process and keep on taking action. That's the patience. Patience doesn't mean that you just sit idle and say, "Oh, what to do? I can't do anything. That will happen." So, as Sir has just mentioned that each and every experience in our life gives an opportunity to become a better version of ourselves.
ourselves.
That is in that state when you are having interaction in that moment. That's the patience. Learn from that experience, improve yourself, take next step. That's the patience.
Right.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Back.
thank you, Kunanji. Thank you, Sagar.
Nidhi,
Niti ji, thanks for your patience. Please come on. You wanted to say something.
Niti बुरा ना मान जाएगा.
Niti ji.
Yes, she's off. Let's take Kuldeep sir. Kuldeep sir कुछ बोलना चाह
Yeah.
रहे.
Yeah. Okay.
No,
Yes,
I
sir.
think
Kuldeep ji, go on.
ladies first.
I think she waited. She got into something now. She will come back. You can start, sir. She will come back.
I want to say something what Mr. Sagar was saying regarding laziness. With my experience, laziness also is an offshoot of not according correct priority to the task. If we accord number one priority to a task, laziness will not be there. How is that? That we feel lazy every day in getting up 5 o'clock in the morning. But we don't feel lazy to get up at 3:30 in the morning if we have to catch a flight to go to UK.
Right, sir.
Where that laziness has gone. Because moment you have accorded number one priority, your all attention goes there. And if all attention goes there, all of your energy goes there. And if all energy goes there, there cannot be a laziness. It is like that darkness and light, they cannot exist together.
Right.
The same way, if you are full energy, laziness cannot stay with it. So the cause is not according top priority. That's all I feel.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for that, Kuldeep ji. So the great thing is that we are learning every day some processes, tools and techniques, and more importantly, people are available. In case we are getting stuck, let's call the people and get some assistance, and it will boost your energy and focus, and you can start working on that. Yes, Niti ji.
Yes, what's coming to me through all this discussion and today's question is commitment has to be backed by the sense of responsibility. Commitment is the focus, but the driver is taking responsibility of my own commitment. Like the case Kuldeep ji shared with us, he said, to reach the compartment. If I don't take the responsibility of my act to reach the compartment, nobody can reach it for me. There's no way I can board the train. Similarly, a daily challenge, which I think many of us face, is finding time to exercise. If we want to be fit, if we want to lose weight, we want to be stronger, build our muscles, we have to exercise. Many times we keep thinking about it, but it keeps slipping out, because we are not taking responsibility. If we don't get up and exercise, nobody in the world can exercise our body and make us fit. So I just wanted to share that the act of taking responsibility is in my understanding, very important to drive your commitment to success. Thank you.
Absolutely. You made the right connection, Niti ji. Yes, you're right. Yes, anybody else?
Yes, sir. Uh, Now, sir, just yesterday somebody asked me that to drop them somewhere, and now I am hearing EMC morning conversation, and it's I think they are calling me now. So what I have to do? Go.
So what's your priority and what's your commitment?
My priority is for my growth
Right,
for this conversation,
right.
but I already told them to go with me, and they
Yes,
asked me, and yes,
but
yes, what?
you know the timing, right? What is the timing? It's next half an hour. So can't you ask them to wait for next half an hour?
Okay, sir.
They will listen if you're truly no, your intention is to help, right?
Yes, my intention is to help, but I have already said that I will drop you, and it's a time. So my intention here is to be to for the growth for sure.
No, but when you committed to them to drop, have you looked at the timings? You know that the morning conversation goes up to 8:30 India time, right? You could have told, yeah, I'm available after 8:30, right? It's as simple as that. So when you're committing, you have to take care of your own commitments first and then commit to others.
Wow. Yes, sir. First my commitment, and then there's
Yes,
so I have to see first. I have to see myself where I am,
yes,
and then okay. After that,
absolutely, absolutely.
thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Just one thing.
Yes, sir, Suresh sir.
Sir, I'm very sorry. I've joined very late. I mean,
No problem.
due to some. So I wanted to understand what is the topic
Yeah,
discussion.
sure. I will show you. In fact, just now Niti has brought that linkage to the previous topics what we have been talking last few days,
Okay.
right? So I'll
Yeah.
show you what are we discussing. See, if
Yeah.
you remember, last few days we have been talking about. We have been
Yeah.
talking about.
Hmm.
Where is it? Yeah. If you remember, a few days ago we started with how does blaming yourself and others disempower you, right?
Okay. Hmm.
So if you start blaming others and the situations, it only disempowers. It doesn't empower you.
Yeah.
Right? Then subsequently we ask the question, how does taking responsibility empower you? So instead of blaming the circumstance and people, if we take the responsibility, then it empowers us. Then the follow-up question today is that if you are empowered, if you are taking responsibility, are you committed to the act of living possibilities and choices in your life? So that's the question we are discussing today.
Yeah.
So are you able to see the linkage about all these questions,
Yes.
what we
Sir.
have been
Yeah.
working
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
last 1 week?
Yes. Yes. Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is what we
Yeah.
are discussing.
I got it. I got it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Right.
Yeah. Commitment is, I mean, according to me, commitment is, something which make us to continuously work out on any target. It can be relation or anything, in spite of having any breakdowns or hurdles, working towards breakthrough or break even, up to our satisfaction. This is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, sure. So when you are committed, what happens? Once you are committed to something,
When we are committed, you will accept anything, like any disempowerment or a kind of thing. even if they come, we will not take action on that kind of thing. Our commitment is towards the goal to achieve something. What may come, we will not look at that. I mean, only whatever comes to help us, that we will accept, and with that is what is commitment. What I think, like even in a relation or a relationship, so, like generally in spouse, wife and husband kind of thing, daily there can be some kind of thing, but
Absolutely.
if
Absolutely.
you start fighting with those kind of things, you will not be happy. Every day you will not be happy. You cannot sleep properly. And if you accept them, okay, they are like that, accepting the things or people as they are, and we are what we are. They what they are. I mean, you cannot change the other person. I have to make myself compatible to the other person if I am interested in them.
Exactly. So committing to the relationship, there
Yeah.
will be challenges, obviously, day-to-day
Yeah,
basis, there will be
otherwise,
challenges.
sir,
So
a lot of
we need to,
divorce.
yeah, we need
lot
to
of
change.
divorces are happening, a kind of thing, because of lack of commitment.
Correct.
Okay. There are exceptional cases may be there. They are there. But once we have a patience and commitment, many things are possible.
Yeah.
with
So
the
once you are
peace.
committed to the relationship,
Yeah.
you have to handle whatever comes up. So you cannot just, when you say accept, you cannot be just, lying down. You also need to improve your capabilities to handle the situations, handle the
Try with
relationship.
the other technique. There are many, one problem, many solutions will be there. So if one is not working, we cannot keep on working with the same solution. Try
Yeah.
with other one. Try with other
Exactly. So you have to improve yourself. You have to change
one.
yourself.
Yes.
Then automatically other people will see the commitment we
Possibility.
have, and they will automatically support us and help us
Yes.
and
Yes.
join us and contribute to the overall commitment of life. Yes,
Yes, sir.
that's right.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So relationship, what happens? We take it for granted without putting any effort, without developing any capabilities, without changing ourselves. We think that the relationship will improve. It will not. We have to work for that. Thank you. Thank you bringing that relationship angle for the commitment, Suresh.
So that because, sir, right from the beginning, from childhood, we are fed like that, If our parents or grandparents or friends or society, they are also equally, like the same human beings. I am living, she is living. I may commit mistakes, she may commit mistake. Okay. So if we look into that kind of angle, I'm not 100% right. Sometimes I made mistakes, and in future also I may make mistakes. Okay, but I have to excuse myself and be reasonable to myself and others also. If say Kavi, sometimes in maybe due to busy or some kind of a schedule, so rice may not boil properly, or salt may be less. Those things we can make them properly according to our taste and complete that. You don't have to fight and shout at someone. So that is where small things will give a big difference. Like if you're walking and there is a small stone in the shoe, you cannot walk properly. If we take it out, the walk is smooth. This is what I feel.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Sureshji.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Major sir, please go on.
Yeah. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Since the topic of discussion is commitment, I would like to quote small, very short Sanskrit proverb. It's got only 2 words. Shreyamsi, Bahu Vijnani. Shreya means very, very difficult or obstacles. Shreyamsi, Bahu Vijnani. Whenever you embark on anything good, you'll meet with a lot of obstacles. In fact, the corollary is, if you meet with the obstacles, it means that the path you're going is good. It is righteous. Wherever you find obstacles, you know that the path you're embarked on It's supposed to be good. It is supposed to be rewarding. It is supposed to be enriching. On the other hand, anything which comes very, very easily, like if you like to have a smoke, you'll find any number of people coming and giving you company. If you would like to have some liquor, you'll all have takers. Any bad habits, you'll find a lot of people coming and helping you out of the way. You don't even have to ask. Whereas if you need to do something, you'll find a lot of the impediments, obstacles. So whenever you find any difficulty, you can take it for 100% that the path that you have chosen for yourself is supposed to be the path meant for you. That is one. And the more you are able to commit yourself, automatically your self-discipline comes into play. You'll have a lot of other distractions also. People will be pulling you from different directions. Your own kith and kin will say, no, this is not good. Why are you doing all that? You'll have a lot of other forces or powers will make you go astray. But if you're able to stay on the course, you'll finally become rewarded. And commitment is the only act which makes promise a reality. Unless commitment, the promise will continue to be a promise. It never get transformed into reality. And since Vetri is not there today, I'd like to speak what Vetri would have spoken had he been here.
In lighter note.
There's one topic by Sagar about laziness. So I met a guy that is who said, I want to tell something about laziness. Then they asked what? He said, I'll tell later, not now. So he was too lazy to even
tell now.
And,
Super, sir. Super, sir.
Another lazy guy said, so what if it is late? If it gets late, they ask, what did you do? I won't go, he said. So he doesn't even want to try and then reach the destination because he has to literally make himself, that is, he has to struggle. He said, if it is late, I'll not go. And the ultimate real life example came from Bill Gates. Bill Gates said in one of the interviews, he said, I'm always fond of lazy people. So the interviewer asked, how come you of all people, you are fond of lazy people? He said, yes, I always recruit lazy people because whenever I give a very, very difficult, unaccomplishable task to them, they always find an easy way out to do it. And in doing so, they make the cost much lesser and the happiness or the delight much greater. So these are two examples I wanted to tell about lazy people. And on the other side is the day you plant the seed is not the day you eat the fruit. You sow the seed, wait for the fruit to develop. So keep on working. As R.L. Stevenson would say, never judge a day by the seeds that you plant, but by the harvest that you reap. Right now, we are all undergoing what is called a transformation. We are only discussing, and some will implement some, may not be implementing some. But the seed is being sown in our mind, and our subconscious mind, which is all powerful, they'll absorb whatever has been spoken here. That is the importance of speaking. That is the importance of interacting. The more you start speaking, even if you speak only one sentence, that one sentence will go into your subconscious mind, and that will pop up at the right moment. So I always make it a point to just speak in such discussions. It may be insignificant from the other person's point of view, but from my point of view, I consider very, very significant. So whatever transpires now, it is only laying a foundation for our better future, but for our evolution of our own self. And the harvest will be reaping very, very soon, but the seeds are being sown right now. As they say, sweat during peace saves blood during war. It's a famous army example. We are now sweating. We are only speaking. We are debating, we are discussing, we are arguing also. All these things will go into your system that will absorb. And at the right moment, all these things will come up. And unconsciously, we'll reach a place of competence. So thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, Major Sir. Great wisdom. Thank you for your commitment of wisdom and helping the team, whichever the team around you. Thank you, Major Sir. Yes, Gaurav.
Oops, sorry. Yeah, hi.
Hi.
Very interesting discussion, and I myself find in circumstances where I give up or I say, no, this was not meant to be, there is a lack of commitment. So I'd like to start off with quoting a great gentleman who said, "Ek baar maine commitment kar di, to main fir apni bhi nahi sunta." This was a quote by Shri Salman Khan. And I think in humor, we can remember this, that whenever we get onto a track, there will be lots of reasons why we should give up, why we should get on to something else. And there are so many shiny objects that call for our attention. We or I need to look at what was my original context, why I said yes to doing something, and stay on track. Like, this is what I am committed to. This is what I need to do, or this is the thing I chose to commit myself to. Then we are more likely to get to end game than if ऐसे कर दिया. We have said yes to something, and then the next thing comes and we jump off. Right. So just to translate what I said for people who are less, flexible in Hindi, the Salman Khan's dialogue in one movie was, once I have made a commitment, then I don't even listen to myself. I go ahead and do it. And I think it's very important to be unreasonable. Not in any other sense, but you have hajar reasons, you have 1,000 reasons for not doing something that you committed to. But commitment is commitment. And I find, I've been in India now for 7 months continuously, my longest stay in about 24 years. And I find that people are ready to, renegade on their commitments for just, it's not convenient, it's not easy, it's not happening. Then they play, and this happens in the Middle East also, they blame someone else, saying, oh, that guy did not want it to happen, so it's not happening. Coming back to the point, we all have commitment phobia, be it in relationships, be it in any endeavor. However, there is more fun, there is more joy, there is more happiness in saying something and seeing it done. So for all of you and to the guy in the mirror, just do it because you committed to it. Thank you.
Thank you, Gaurav. So one of the challenges we may, or one of the thinking we may have is that, oh, what if I miss out something else? Fear of missing out something better than what I commit, right? So you can commit to whatever the choices whatever you chose at that point in time, and parallelly some new ideas may come. So that one you can incubate, keep thinking about it. But whatever you committed, work on that, complete it, and then take up the new one, and then start committing to that and start as the new project. So that's how it is done. So otherwise, what happens is we have so many choices and possibilities, and we think that, oh, no, what if I have something better than this, right? So that's how we can do it. So the mind always wants to give some excuse, saying that, okay, let me wait for something better to emerge. You don't need to wait. At that point in time, whatever is the best choice you chose, commit to that and do it. If on the way something else comes, you can incubate that and then do it as the next project later on. So that is something we have to be aware of. So let's hear from Abhinav Sureshji. After that, you can talk. Yes,
sorry, Ramaji, I could not see the slide very well. Can you put it up again? I have just changed the angle of my mobile.
Yeah, sure. So if you remember, Abhinavji, last 1 week, we have been talking about various topics. The
Yeah,
first one was, how does blaming yourself and others disempower you, right?
yes,
Instead of taking responsibility on ourselves, we keep blaming the circumstance and other people. It is not helping us. It is only disempowering us, right? So then we ask the question, how does taking responsibility empower us? So when we take responsibility, how it empowers? Then we are asking the question today that, are you committed to the act of living possibilities and choices in your life?
So, see, we are always, what I've seen is that I'm always committed to something. So,
Right.
in my default mode, I'm committed to being comfortable or trying to be better than others, trying to outshine others. So that those are the commitments. But when I'm not in my default mode, when I'm in the living in the world of possibility, then that is a time when I'm really committed to, standing for others, standing for a possibility, making a difference. So commitment तो होता ही है हर समय, but the question is कि किस चीज के लिए commitment है उस समय.
So the commitment should be in the creation mode only.
Absolutely,
In the default mode, your attention goes there. Your focus and attention goes into something else.
Yeah,
So this is exactly we discussed with Sagar also.
Sagar, exactly. Sagar beautifully said that, and so nice of him to say कि मुझे जाना है तो जाऊं या नहीं जाऊं तो beautiful.
Right.
The commitment में होता है कि I commit to something and then something happens and then the commitment goes haywire. Something happens, I get upset और मुझे लगता है कि अरे बहुत this commitment is too difficult and then I'm just and slowly I just one day I forget my commitment.
Yes.
And I also understand commitment starts when you give, when you say it. When I give a word, that is the time the commitment starts.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when the no, that's also we discussed briefly. So why we don't no, we commit after that we leave it, because we judge ourselves and we judge others, saying that maybe I cannot do it, I don't have capabilities, right? So we have to look at how to remove those points of views and judgments, and then start developing the skills required for us to complete that commitment. So that also we briefly discussed, Abhinavji. Yeah, I think that is a practical issue, and we have the practical solutions and the tools and techniques as well. Yeah, thanks for that, Abhinavji. Right, anybody else?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yes, Suresh. Yeah.
Yeah. As you said, I mean, awareness is also more important. We should be able to distinguish, in commitments. Like in relation, you have to be very, very much to be committed. Okay. And in result-oriented things, like, if you are unable to, you are trying something and you are unable to get it, or, maybe over a period of time, change is also required. Like Nokia company, if you see, one point of time it was ruling the world. Okay, and since they did not implement the Android kind of system and all that, they are nowhere. So to exist in the world or anything, we have to, change certain things appropriately, take an action. Okay, otherwise we will be nowhere.
Yeah, exactly. So you need to be flexible and see the situation, change a little bit,
acquire knowledge, acquire the knowledge from the
Yes.
world, and start implementing the things. So
Yes.
I mean, we have to distinguish, what are to be permanent commitments, like marriage. It is, mostly 99%. Everyone, no one wants to take a divorce, but due to some misunderstandings, these things only, see, once they understand to certain level and they get married, and when misunderstanding comes or a third person enters, that will start cracking. So commitment 100% should be there in that kind of relations. And for these kind of things, business development, you have to keep on, shifting the things, improve the product knowledge or anything. So this is what I think. I mean, we should be wise enough to take a decision.
Yes. So what to commit? also depends on your priorities in your life.
Yeah.
I think this also we discussed in one of the sessions, that what are your priorities in life, right? So if your commitment should also be in line with those priorities.
Yes, sir.
Right, thank you, sir. Yes, Kunanji, you wanted to say something? Yeah, Ashokji, you want to say?
Yeah.
Yes, sir, go on.
See, I am getting, I agree practically with everybody, those who have expressed themselves. It's a sea, ocean, or I don't know how to say, but it's an ocean of knowledge and information, how to improve ourselves. I'm not able to recall everybody's names and this one, but yes, to be frank with yourself, the 50% problem go away. Secondly,
Absolutely.
even if you, the sir tells us, aap bolo, but our general, that military man told that even if you say one sentence here, the complete mood for the day changes. Just one sentence. Now, I would say that everybody who has said something has a point in it, and is very well taken. But I would like to add one more thing. There is a difference, subtle difference, between faith and commitment.
Yes.
When it comes to the relationship in a marriage, commitment is for the marriage to stay together. But unless you have a faith in one another, commitment is not going to be successful.
Yeah. Trust or faith. Yeah.
Trust is different and faith is different.
Right.
We have faith in God. Faith comes right from the inside of the heart. Trust comes from the mind, and mind you cannot trust all the time. You can trust your heart, not the mind. Mind is I call it a black box. It remembers only the bad things that has happened to you or that person has done to you. It never ever tells you the good things that has done. They come from the heart. So that is, the faith is more important than the commitment. Commitment can force you to lie. If I'm like Sagar, if I told somebody I'm coming at 9 o'clock, I want to go at 9 o'clock, but I am not able to go at 9 o'clock. I may lie. Arey, taxi nahi mila. Yes, I am on the road, agreed. But I started late. There was no possibility I will reach at 9 o'clock. So commitment, I'm working on the commitment because I started from the home. But excuse that I have given, that taxi nahi mili. That is the difference between the two. If I had a faith, I would say, अरे घर से निकलने को time हो गया, बाद में taxi भी जरा देर से मिली. There is that subtle difference between the two, heart and a brain.
Yeah. The faith in the. Thank you, sir. Faith in the universe.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Right. Yes. Anybody else would like to say anything?
Sir, I request Kunyan sir.
Yes.
एक
Kunal sir.
इन चीजों
Yeah,
के
your
ऊपर एक
शायरी
शायरी-
as well. Yeah.
Yes, Ramaji, what's that?
No, we would like to hear some shairi from you before we close.
Shairi, okay.
Yeah.
Normally, after every day's conversation, I tell shairi to myself just to remember the today's conversation. And then I keep on reminding myself that shairi whole day. So that keeps me in the mind state of that I have learned something, I have to implement this something. So for today's session, it's all about commitment and responsibility and how to get the things done. And as Ashok sir explained, how to be really honest. And sir has told to be in allowance with self and others. And that's the very powerful word which covers everything.
Yeah.
So शायरी अर्ज किया है सर के, I think I had shared this before, but this reminds me that कि तू रख हौसला वो मंजर भी आएगा, प्यासे के पास चलकर समंदर भी आएगा, थक हार के न रुकना ऐ मंजिल के मुसाफिर, मंजिल भी मिलेगी और मिलने का मजा भी आएगा. Are you getting me?
Yeah, sir, translate it as well.
तू रख हौसला वो मंजर भी आएगा. Have faith, you will get your journey, destination, you will find your goals, you will find that whatsoever you're looking for. You have to have faith in yourself. प्यासे के पास चलकर समंदर भी आएगा. Even though if you are thirsty, ocean will come towards you. थक हार के ना बैठ, ना रुकना ए मंजिल के मुसाफिर. Don't get discouraged. Don't feel that you are tired. Don't feel laziness. Hey, traveler of the journey, destination. You will get the destination also, and you'll get the pleasure of getting that destination. You will get the success goals, and then you will get the pleasure of getting that goals.
Amazing.
Wow.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, sir, I request you to post these words.
Right, sir. I will do it.
Please.
Right. Right. Thank you all. It has been a great discussion, great learning. So we'll again see tomorrow, 7:30. Thank you once again. So let's close it. Yeah.
Thank you, Rama sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Have a nice weekend, all of you. Thanks for the
Thank
sharing,
you.
Kunen sir.
Great session.
Yeah.
See you again tomorrow.
You too, sir.